Guys, we are the end of April. I think it's the 26th, Sunday. We're leaving for Siligman, Arizona on Wednesday, so we're excited. And we're gonna do a little 3-hole oil change on the bike. It hasn't been done in probably a year and a half because I've only put about 3,000 miles on it in, well, since Sturgis last shoot. That was in 23. So got the lights on. So what I did is I got one of these chocks from Harbor Freight, and I lock in the front wheel, and then I've got one of the old school bike lifts that people used to always make. My dad always made them, but it's just a bar with a handle, and you push down the bar and it lifts up the bike. So I used to use those alone. The bikes do slide on them, though they're a little scary, but with a wheel chock they work really nice. So I got that all set up. I got me a pan, got some gloves, a ratchet. You need a 5/8 for the transmission, and you need a 5/8 for the oil. So we're gonna take our pan, throw it down here, get some gloves on, and drain it. So the 5/8 back here, that's your oil. So we're gonna loosen it. If you leave the oil cap tightened where you would check it, it'll make it have a little bit of suction and it won't just drain out so fast. So I left it on, and that way when it starts flowing out, it'll be a slower flow until I open it all the way up. Man, that bolt won't get loose. Maybe I should have got a stubby. There we go. We'll pull that to how slow it is. And now once I open this top one, that's some ugly stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about when you, here's your oil fill and check. So if you leave that tight, then it doesn't come out so fast and make a big mess. So let that drain, we'll be right back. So here's the oil, and there's almost nothing on it. I'm actually quite surprised. This bike just hit 34,000. I bought it with 18,000 on it back in 2017. I really usually only ride it to go do stuff. I don't take it to work, and I work a lot. I work 6 days a week, so. But it's actually really clean. So the plug looks really good, but if you look at this oil, I would say those bubbles are gas, if I had to guess. Which I just did start it, let it run for a minute. But yeah, I think you should probably change it a little more often, especially with it sitting so much. Now we're gonna pop that back in, and then we will do the transmission. So you're gonna put this thing in. As you can kind of see, I cleaned it nice and good. I think this one calls for 14 foot-pounds maybe. So on these, I just put a nice good tight on them. Don't go too crazy. But you don't want this thing coming out going down the road, because that would probably ruin your trip, and maybe more. This ratchet's a little long for this, but so that's probably good. All right, so I put the drain plug back in, and now your next thing is get your oil filter a little loose, and then find one of these Amazon bags, or they have the cheap cutting boards like at Dollar Tree are great. I'm just out of them. But you're gonna fold this around and stick it in here and get wrapped on that filter. You want to get your new filter out and have it all ready so that when you swap these, you can just pull it out, swap it, and put it back together and try and contain the oil mist, because this is the worst part about an oil change on the Harley. In your oil, you want the whole thing to be coated. Now I run Sin 3 from Harley. I got a really good price on like 3 cases of stuff like 10 years ago. So that's what I've been running. I think I paid 50 bucks a case or something, which is an awesome deal, because Harley is very proud of anything that says Harley Davidson on it. So I'm going to fill that up right now, so I have some empty jugs to pour all my oil in, and we'll get going. Alright, there's my fill. So it calls for 3 quarts dry, but that means if you like disassembled the motor, you usually get about 2.5. So I'm going to put 2 in it right now. I'll add probably another 1/4 quart and we'll fire it up. That's 2 full quarts I put in. Just set that on there for now. And what I find using a 5-gallon bucket, make sure that your quarts don't fall over when you're trying to fill them. Then you just throw your funnel in and get ready to roll. Alright, so I just pulled the transmission. Alright, had a little battery die. But what I was saying is, if we look at that, it's red, and it's because I use a different transmission oil. So I use Sin 3 in the motor and the primary, and then I use this in the transmission. So that is why. So if you were a little concerned, don't be. Now it is pretty milky looking, which I would assume has something to do with condensation. We're just coming out of winter. It's still pretty cold in the morning, So if I ride to work, you know, it's still in the 40s and 50s, I guess. So, but it'll be fine. We'll change that out, and then we'll do the primary. So here's the plug. Get this into focus. There's two right there. I don't see metal in it. Ooh, this O-ring is wasted. You have to change that out. So somehow I'm out of O-rings, but I use the little pipe thread, and you make sure to clean off the top couple threads so there's no way it can get into the transmission, which I'm sure a little bit of that and the transmission wouldn't do anything, but no use in finding out the hard way. So now you just gotta get it up in here so you can get it going. And then same thing with this one. I think it calls for 14 pounds. And that's good. Now we can do the primary. So here's your fill. Here's my old stuff. So Harley claims that 32 ounces of this will fill it. So we're gonna put her in there. Let's take our time so we don't make a mess. So I've got about, probably 28 ounces in there. There might be 3 or 4 ounces left. I'm gonna hold off until tomorrow when I can check it. I'm gonna get it hot and check it, and I'll top it off. So this is a 3/8. So yeah, and then grab your wrench. And I don't put a lot on that. I don't know, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. So we're done there. All right, the primary is right in front of it. It's just right here. It's another 5/8. The only way to make it drain faster is to take off the inspection cover, which is going to be T27s. So I'm going to get it draining and then I'll pull that off. That is some thick stuff coming out. Primary's got some material on it, but I don't think I did the primary. I think the last time I did primary was about 10,000 miles ago. I did my belt and my primary at the same time. So we got it here. I'm gonna push it out. I'm gonna use a screwdriver to push it out. I'm using a spark plug wrench. And then it does have some clutch material. I think that's for 10,000 miles. I don't think that's a problem. So we'll get it cleaned up and open up the inspection cover. All right, got the I got the inspection cover almost off. So this is what you're looking at. This one's good. A little after. Had some clutch material on it, but like I said, That's what is normal. All right, so I got this all drained out, put the plug back in it, and I was thinking that I thought I remember putting 3.5 quarts in my motor last time. So I got on the computer, searched for a 2008 service manual PDF, and I was right. So whatever, I was thinking 2.5, but I was wrong. So I just added another quart in the motor, and then I'm gonna fill up the primary. This guy says if you put your oil like this, and you can pour it right in there, and it works perfect. So I did, this was an empty bottle, and I poured 6 ounces in it, because this calls for 38 ounces. So I put 6 ounces in because this calls for 38 ounces when you do a drain. So now I'm putting my full 32 ounces in there, and then we'll put the top back on it. All right, that went right in. Wipe this down, just make sure there's nothing on it. That is your gasket surface. That O-ring's gonna go right up to the outside of that ring. It's a little challenging with one hand, but yeah, get the top one in there. Don't tighten all the way, just pull up on it, but then that way you can still move around and get the rest in. And we're back together. So remember, this thing, all this cover does, it's a flat surface, and there's just no ring in there. So you don't need to tighten the bejesus out of it. No ugga-duggas. I mean, just firm them up. Don't go crazy, you'll ruin an O-ring, and possibly strip one of those bolts or make a mess. So just snug them up nice and tight, but no ugga-duggas. And that's it. I'll get it warmed up tomorrow, check it all, and make sure it's all right.